Hey everybody, Miss Lottie Da here, and today I'm going to do chapters day 39 and day 40 because I really wanted to finish out today. And I know there was a day that I missed a reading, so we're going to do this. And I hope everyone's having a great Valentine's Day. I know that I did, and I hope you all are as well. And I hope you all are embracing for this winter blast that's about to hit us. All right, let's get going today. So day 39 is where you're going is eternal. And this is what he promised us, eternal life. John 2:25. For my son's birthday one year, he got a set of little green binoculars and cute bugs on them. He's had them a couple of years now and still loves them so much. They have a strap so he can wear them around his neck and use them anytime he wants. The only thing is, no matter how many times I tell him he should look through the small holes, he prefers to use them backwards and looks through the large holes. Instead of the binoculars making things appear larger and closer to him, everything seems really small and far away. This is the same effect we experience here on earth when we remember the most important truth about where we're going. It is eternal. When we live with confidence that our future is eternal life, it changes our perspective on this earth in a way nothing else can. In The Purpose-Driven Life by Rick Warren writes, "The closer you live to God, the smaller everything else appears." Living close to God changes how we view all of the difficult things we face, like pain, suffering, injustice, and dying. 2 Corinthians 4:17-18 reminds us, "For our light and momentary troubles are achieving for us an eternal glory that far outweighs them all." So we fix our eyes not on what is seen, but on what is unseen, since what is seen is temporary, but what is unseen is eternal. But it also changes how we view the great things we experience as well. Of all the things we can accomplish or acquire, nothing comes close to the joy we'll experience in eternity. Money, success, fame, beauty, power, and every material thing all pale in comparison to what God has ahead for us in heaven. 1 Corinthians 2:9 says, "What no eye has seen, no ear has heard, and no human heart has conceived. God has prepared these things for those who love him." The truth gives you a confidence about life that can only come from God. Your attitude changes and your assurance increases. I love how Dave Ramsey says, "I'm not worried. I've read the back of the book, and I know who wins." We live from a place of victory, not for victory. We are God's children, and we get to share in his glory. Romans 8:14-18 says, "For those who are led by the Spirit of God are the children of God. The Spirit you received does not make you slaves so that you live in fear again. Rather, the Spirit you received brought about your adoption to sonship. And by him we cry, 'Abba, Father.' The Spirit himself testifies with our spirit that we are God's children. Now, if we are children, then we are heirs, heirs of God and co-heirs with Christ, if indeed we share in his sufferings, in order that we may also share in his glory. I consider that our present sufferings are not worth comparing with the glory that will be revealed in us." So when molehills feel like mountains and everything appears to be under a magnifying glass, remember this: your future is secure. It is eternal. You don't have to strive. You don't have to fear or worry. You are a co-heir with Christ and have more to look forward to after this life than you could ever imagine. So as 1 Timothy 6:12 says, "Fight the good fight of the faith. Take hold of the eternal life to which you were called when you made your good confession in the presence of many witnesses." Take hold, friend. You already have the greatest gift anyone could ever ask for. Now all you have to do is live like it. Reflection and prayer. How does your confidence change when you realize your future is secure and it is eternal? What would it look like to take hold of the eternal life to which you were called, like 1 Timothy 1 describes? Spend some time in prayer today, thanking God for the gift of His Son, Jesus. Thank Him for the incredible gift of eternal life with Him. Ask Him to help you stop striving and trying so hard, and instead live from a place of victory and freedom in Him. Wow. Very powerful. Very powerful. Okay, we're going to move on now to day 40, you guys. The very last day. I can't believe it. Maybe if the pages don't... Okay, there we go. All right, here it is. The last chapter, day 40. You're going to become more like Jesus. Now the Lord is the Spirit, and where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is freedom. And we all who with unveiled faces contemplate the Lord's glory are being transformed into His image with ever-increasing glory, which comes from the Lord, who is the Spirit. Corinthians 3:17-18. So what's next? That's what I'm always focused on. Are you like that? I know I am. What's the next goal, next finish line, next objective? During any season of life, I'm always concerned about where I'm going. But God doesn't seem to care as much about that. As I heard a friend say one time, God cares more about who you're becoming than where you're going. A few days ago, we talked about how Jesus fed 5,000 people with 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish. He was surrounded by crowds of people and was healing the sick while also teaching and preaching. The whole thing was full of miracles. I bet the disciples were on cloud 9 from being a part of it. It was one of those mountaintop moments for sure. But look what happened next. Jesus left and made His disciples get into a boat. Not only is He making them get into a boat and leave in the middle of this incredible moment, but He doesn't get in the boat with them. Matthew 14:22 says, "Immediately Jesus made the disciples get into the boat and go on ahead of Him to the other side." In the middle of people being miraculously healed and fed, Jesus not only leaves and makes the disciples go on without Him, but He also sends them out into the dark night and violent water by themselves. The winds were so strong that the disciples had trouble rowing against them. Mark 6:48 says, Jesus saw the disciples straining at the oars because the wind was against them. I can't imagine what they were thinking. I'd be thinking, did I hear Him right? Surely He wouldn't have sent me here. How did we go from this mountaintop moment to being completely deserted in the middle of a dark night? I would be full of doubt, full of fear, feeling completely alone. I would want out. But then something amazing happened. During the 4th watch of the night, between 3 a.m. and 6 a.m., Jesus went out to them, walking on the lake. Matthew 14:25. During the darkest hour, when they were scared and alone, Jesus comes to them in the middle of the wind and the waves. He was showing His mastery over the thing they were terrified of. He was walking on the very thing that scared them. And He doesn't stop there. As we talked about on day 5, when Peter walked on the water, He invites us to walk on it too. Just like in Matthew 14, you will have some mountaintop moments in your life, and you will go through some storms. And while wonderful things happen on the mountaintops, some things can only happen in the storm. It's in those places where we grow. There's a transformation that happens in the valley, where you come out on the other side a different person. A better person, a stronger person, a more confident and faith-filled person, a person who looks more like Jesus. And that's really what this life is about. It's not about how many mountains you climb or valleys you survive. It's about where you are and even where you're going. It's about becoming more like a Jesus while you're here. As we finish our last day on this journey together, I want to remind you of that truth. You're going somewhere with God, and where you're headed is good. It's important to God. It's planned, it's provided for, and prosperous. It's within your control. It has purpose, and it's eternal. But as you experience what God has for you now and journey to the place God has for you next, He's going to make sure that along the way, you're becoming more like Jesus. Reflection and prayer. When have you personally felt the closest to God? In the mountaintop moments or in the valleys? How does it feel to think that God cares more about who you're becoming rather than where you're going? Spend some time in prayer today, asking God to show you what He wants you to learn right now. Ask Him to help you focus less on the next and be more present in the now. Thank Him for the ways He's moved in your life over the past 40 days, and ask Him to draw you nearer to Him and to help you become more like Jesus. And that's going to do it, folks. That's it. 40 days. You can find this book at christywright.com. I am in no way, shape, or form paid for this video. I just wanted to share this all with you.